What's going on, guys? It's GBP baby. Welcome back to another video. I hope everybody's doing well. 1 minute, my display is not correct. Sorted. So yeah, let's dive straight into things. We've had a very nice day today. Hopefully you watched yesterday's video. If you haven't, go and check it out. And you'll see our price delivered pretty much as I expected, with the expectation that price is going to start to push up in towards the premium. And I'm looking for price to trade up into this inversion fair value gap that we have delineated right here. So what am I expecting tomorrow? Well, I would like to see Monday's high get taken out. That is my draw on liquidity. And then, as expected, I do want to see us start to trade up towards this, and then I'd want to see some kind of reversal start to form. Now, you'll see that we've had 4 up close days. When we have a lot of up close days like this, we need to be careful because it's only a matter of time before we get a down close, right? So we need to anticipate that. And we need to think about where we may find that down close. But generally speaking, I'm looking for that Monday high to get taken. So let's get that delineated like so. See if we can trade through that. And then, yeah, I want to see us expand towards this merger fair value gap where I'd want to find resistance. Now, also, there's going to be a lot of people that think that price is going higher. So there's going to be a lot of people going long on the back of this kind of behavior. So what does that mean? Well, they're probably going to keep pushing it until on the back of high impact news, they'll reverse it and pull it back so that they can run out all these stops. I do like the look of these lows here and here. So I'm going to be looking for these to get taken at some point in the week. Maybe not tomorrow, but I do want to see that Monday high get taken. Then after that, I'll sit on my hands. So once that Monday high is taken, I'll sit on my hands, wait, and then I'm expecting some kind of potential reversal as we move into the Wednesday. But let's go down to the 4 hour, take a closer look at price. Beautiful expansion to the upside. We've currently got some relative equal highs now. So this high, you'll see that we just tapped those highs, but my point is we've got relative equal highs above these highs now. So I want to see that get taken. And then there's clearly a nice fair value gap here on the 4 hour for price to trade into. So let's get that delineated in red. And then I'm looking for price to trade and wander up into that before we see some kind of reversal. But overall, I am expecting a continuation. And this bullish order block ideally will be able to hold price until we've taken out that buy side. So if we trade below this order block or through the 50% level of it before we trade into that buy side liquidity, we'll probably just run lower for the rest of the week. But so long as we can take out that buy side, then and only then am I happy for this to get disrespected. Do you see how I'm looking at it like an algorithm? Like if A happens, then B. That's how I'm applying it to price. So I'm happy for us to tap into the open of the bullish order block. Any lower than that, I'll be a little bit suspicious, because as far as I'm concerned, we're still delivering to the upside before we see any kind of significant reversal. So let me delineate the daily dividers. So this is Tuesday. We got Sunday opening price right there. Then we want to delineate Monday as well, which is right here. And then we also want to get Monday here, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, like so. And then we'll mark out the Sunday opening price as well. So that's that Sunday opening price. And again, look at how we're above the Sunday opening price. It's the Sunday opening. So long as we're above it, I'm happy for us to keep rallying. And then we'll use this as a target. So I'm not setting it as a target yet, but I'm happy for us to rally up above that Monday high and into that range. So I'm going to clear some things up just to make it a little bit cleaner for us. We do have this Monday low, but I'm not expecting this to get targeted until we're done on the buy side. So I will mark this out still as sell side liquidity, because I expect us to pull back onto that maybe on the Wednesday or Thursday. But until then, I want to see us keep trading higher. One thing that we can pay attention to is the way we've curved here. So we've got a low, high, lower, low. So this up close candle, we might tap that Sunday opening price, but then I'd want to see us leave it. We can also look at Monday's range, and you'll see that lines up perfectly with the equilibrium of Monday's trading range. So that's another reason as to why we'd expect price to return to it. Now, like I said, it's going to do one of two things. It's always going to do one of two things. But my point is, it's either going to get a nice reaction off it to trade higher, or it's just going to keep pushing lower, trading through this fair value gap and running for these lows below here, which is completely fine if it does. I'll just delineate that now. So we got sell stops below here. So price may try and attack those. But then my level of defense is going to be here, as in this fair value gap I want to see get left open for me to remain bullish. If we manage to trade down into that, I'm not going to be happy at all, so I'm looking for that to stay open, but ideally that Sunday price is remaining open. Let's go to the 15-minute. Take a closer look. Again, I'm paying close attention to this little consolidation right here and this high right here, which is a breaker. So I'm happy for price to come down here. It's just I'd want to see it pull back. Now it would be a lot of work if price does drop all the way down here. If it does come off of it, it might not take out that Monday high straight away, but that's just something to consider. Again, this is my line of defense in that I want to see this get left open, so to speak. We'll go to the 5-minute, take a closer look. You can see how we've expanded. And a little bit of a consolidation right now, nothing too crazy, and there's a Sunday opening gap right here. So I'm expecting this Sunday opening price to basically provide support for us to keep pushing higher before we drop. So that's everything on dollar. I hope that all makes sense. Very nice day. Let's head over to GBP USD and you'll see how beautifully we delivered to our target. Look at this. You can't make this up, guys. Go and watch yesterday's video. I delineated this level. And look what happened, price traded up to it, and then right at the tip, at 6:30, we reverse and pull lower. So let's go to the daily, take a closer look. And you'll see how we wicked up, took out stops above here, and now I'm expecting price to continue to the downside. Now what is this level? What was it specifically? It's the consequent encroachment of the weekly wick. So as far as I'm concerned, it's done its work up there. We will drop down to the daily, and I do want to see a continuation lower, and now I'm going to be looking at yesterday's daily wick. So where specifically, again, we can look at consequent encroachment, but ideally, I'm looking at 25%, as in I don't want to see price really rally above that. We'll look on the lower time frames, but I'm still expecting us to take out sell stops below here and here, with this being a breakout and taking that into account. So let's go to the 4-hour, and you'll see that 25% level just happens to line up with a bearish fair value gap right here, an inversion fair value gap. So this is the inversion fair value gap, and then we have a gap right here as well between this low. So we have two gaps there, so I wouldn't be surprised if price rallied a little bit, maybe to create the high of the day, and then I want to see price return. Ideally it gets left open. If it gets left open, even better, we're probably in for a very bearish day. So if we find we make some kind of high maybe above this candle but fail to trade up to here in like the London session, we're probably expecting a lot of downwards movement moving into the rest of the day, and we can start looking for that sell side liquidity target to get traded to. So let's go to the 1 hour, and you'll see how we're in a slight consolidation. Again, there's these highs, but looking at how weak price is, I doubt we're even going to be able to rally much into that. I'm expecting us to just roll over. And then we got relatively close below here and here, beautiful lows below there to get taken. So I'll be looking for a setup to form in London for sure, where it'll create some kind of high maybe at 3 AM and then reverse, pull back, and then we can start looking for these lows to get taken. But the way we traded lower, traded back up and left this range, and then we have a gap that's been left open as well, tapped into it slightly and failed to trade into it significantly. Pound's looking significantly weak right now. I love the way we ran out these stops above these highs. This is all very indicative of, downwards price action for this sell side. Now the only thing is dollar's not lining up as much with with the same level of bullishness right now, so we do need to be very careful of that. I do think this bullish order block is going to be significant tomorrow, so I will get that delineated. But yeah, we're in a bit of consolidation, but I am expecting significant expansion. But ideally, so long as we keep stepping like this, there's no reason to expect that price won't roll over and we see significant expansion to the downside, with a target, of course, of this south side here and then down here as well, which is what I spoke about yesterday. So definitely go check out yesterday's video if you haven't already. But yeah, let's continue. We are going to finish up on Euro USD. We'll start here on the daily as well. And you'll see, similarly, we wicked up. Look at this. We failed to take out that high. So there's more weakness in Euro by the looks of things. We're expecting Euro to trade down into this range. Let's go to the 4 hour. And remember, I was saying yesterday, I want to see us trade to it and through it. So I'm expecting us to trade through it. Again, I'd like to think that we can roll over. We do have a gap here, but if that can get left open, that would be ideal. And then the highest I'd want to see price trade ideally is going to be the 50% level off this large wick from the 4 hour. Any higher than that is not ideal. We'll probably stay in a if it trades higher than that, it's not the end of the world. It's just that it means we'll probably be in a consolidation for longer than anticipated. Then it's, I like to get in the moves which move. I like moves like this. I like directional movement. So I'll be paying close attention to this level, but I'm not expecting us to touch this gap, especially the way we've left another gap on this time frame as well. When I see these gaps get left open after big expansions, they're very indicative of, you know, gapping away, as in price is running in one direction, and we should be able to play into that almost, if you know what I mean. So any kind of rallying tomorrow, this will be the highest I'd want to see price trade. It can go higher. I'm not saying it can't do that. It's just that looking at how weak it is, and you know, we have a target below here, and we got some lows, some relative equal lows below here. It'd be nice to see a price can trade down into this sell side liquidity pool. So let's get that delineated as sell side liquidity, like so. We'll go to the 5 minute. We've got some relative equal highs here, but again, that's lined up nicely with our target. Obviously, we have the Asia range still to trade, but generally speaking, it'd be nice to see if we can tap into that and then get a pull back off the back of it. And then we have a breakout over here, high, low, higher high. We've broken that low. Yes, we're in a consolidation, but this is just time dilation. So we can look at this last down close candle as a breaker, because it's the last down close candle before the up move, which creates a high when we've broken lower. So if we drag this right through, we can pay very close attention to this, and ideally the highest I'd want to see price traded within that is going to be the midpoint, you guessed it, and then we'll make that orange for change. And then that lines up nicely with that level as well. So I'd like to think if it does get to there, we get a reversal. If we don't, we're on the wrong side. It's as simple as that, as in, if we don't, it will keep trading higher, and then we'll start looking at this gap to get traded to above this high. And we'll know that straight away because it will trade through it, it'll find support at it, and it will continue rallying. But if we're on the right side, we'll get a nice reaction away from it. We'll see a break in market structure. We get in on the short, and then where we're shorting to, we know we've got lows below here, and this is a bit more of a longer term target. It's as simple as that. So yeah, that's how I'm looking at price right now. It all depends on obviously dollar now. Like I said, the way that dollar's moving, it's going to be interesting to see how we respond. We do a little bit of a breaker here, low, high, low, low. So it'll be interesting to see how we treat that once we get down there. And obviously we still have the whole Asian range to trade through. So London's going to be, I do believe there will be a nice setup in London. But yeah, that's going to be everything, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to drop a like, drop a comment, smash subscribe, join the mailing list, join me over on Discord. And yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. And turn on post notifications. Peace.